What happens if your green card is about to expire? That's what we're talking about on today's episode of Sumner School Family Immigration Basics. My name is Emily Sumner with Sumner Immigration Law. Let's talk about this. There are multiple reasons that a green card could be expiring soon. One is that if you were granted conditional residence, your green card will be valid for 2 years. Conditional residence is when you receive your green card based on marriage to a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, and you've been married for less than 2 years at the time you received the green card. We have a video all about this. It's the video just before this one. So definitely check out that video if you are in that particular situation. Remember that if your green card is for conditional residence, if it is valid only for a 2-year period, there's a different process to renew that green card. It's done through filing a different form, the I-751, and you want to make sure that that is done correctly. Lots of times, clients or prospective clients rather will come to me with denials, green card renewal denials, because they've used the wrong form. So make sure that you're paying attention to that. Otherwise, your green card could expire or be expiring soon because green cards are valid indefinitely. Green cards are valid, generally speaking, for a period of 10 years, if it's not conditional residence. That does not mean that your status as a permanent resident is going to expire. The green card is documentation of your permanent resident status. So you have to renew the green card, but your status itself does not expire. So it could be expiring because it is valid for only 10 years, or it could be expiring because you have to renew your green card once you turn 14. If you receive your green card, or if a family member receives your green card or their green card before they turn 14, you do have to renew it once you turn 14. So what happens if your green card is expiring? The clear answer is you need to renew it. Generally speaking, like I said, unless it's conditional residence, you renew it by filing Form I-90 with USCIS. It's a fairly straightforward form to the extent that any forms in immigration law are straightforward, but you will file that form with USCIS once you receive that receipt notice back from USCIS. So after you file, you'll get a receipt notice that will say that the receipt notice is extending the validity of your green card for up to 36 months beyond the expiration of your green card. That's what it is right now. That time frame has changed over the years. So as of August of 2025, it's 36 months that it will extend the validity of your green card. So you should be able to use that receipt notice and your expired green card for I-9 purposes, to be able to work, to show that you're work authorized, or to travel. The processing times for the I-90 really vary. We have filed I-90s, many over the years. And even recently, we've had some I-90s that are processed within literally a number of days, and then others that are processed within a year or so. So it really varies, but be prepared that it could take a while. Reasons to talk to a lawyer before you renew your green card. One is if you have a criminal history at all. Even if you had a criminal history previously, you disclosed it on your green card application, it's still a good idea to talk to an immigration lawyer before you file to make sure that there's nothing that you need to do proactively, and to make sure that it's not going to cause problems to renew the green card. Another reason to talk to an immigration lawyer is if you have traveled outside of the United States extensively. If you spend too much time outside of the United States, that can create a problem. It can mean that your green card or your permanent resident status is abandoned. So definitely speak with an immigration attorney if you're in that particular situation as well before you file. Finally, I want to talk about 2 things: what to do if your green card has already expired and when to file the green card renewal, and then filing the N-400. First of all, if your green card has already expired, let's say that you look in your wallet and you think, oh my goodness, my green card has expired already. Somehow you let that slip. It's okay. It's okay to go ahead and file the I-90 form to renew. You won't necessarily have that period of extension. You may be able to get a temporary stamp in your passport to show that you're a permanent resident if you need to. But generally speaking, I do recommend you speak with a lawyer. This is not legal advice. Speak with a lawyer before you file. But generally speaking, it's okay, even if your green card has already expired, to go ahead and file the renewal. In addition, otherwise, if your green card has not expired yet, generally speaking, you can file up to 6 months before the expiration. And that's generally a good idea, so that you have time to let it be in process and hopefully have it approved or soon, close to being approved before the current green card expires. Though, like I said, you do have that receipt notice that extends the validity for up to 36 months. And then the last point is the question of whether to file the N-400 or to file the I-90 to renew your green card. So the N-400 is the form that's used to apply for citizenship, for naturalization. And that's a conversation I have a lot of times with prospective clients. They will come to me with the green card that's going to expire in, let's say, a year, 8 months, 6 months, whatever it is. And they say, Emily, should I file to renew the green card first and then file for naturalization, or can I just file for naturalization? And the answer is, it depends on what you want to do as a person. So you could go either way. Legally speaking, again, this is not legal advice. Every situation is different, but generally speaking, if a person does not have a criminal history, if they haven't traveled outside of the United States extensively, if they're eligible for naturalization otherwise, then if they're interested in applying for naturalization, I generally don't see a reason not to apply for naturalization. The reason I say that is when you apply for naturalization, again, you will receive a receipt notice, of course, for the N-400 that extends the validity of your green card if you need to. So there's really not a reason. If you're interested in naturalization anyway, I don't see a reason. Again, this is a general blanket statement. Every case is different, but I don't see a reason to file the I-90 first. A lot of people are concerned about that, and it makes sense that logically, you might think, oh, I need to file the I-90 first, renew the green card, and then do the naturalization. But you actually can go ahead and just file for the naturalization and get the benefit of that receipt notice that extends the validity of your green card if needed. So again, there are reasons that you may not want to or might not be able to file for naturalization immediately. You may not be eligible for various reasons, or you may not be interested in naturalization. So in that case, then a person would go ahead and file the I-90. But I love it when a client or prospective client comes and says, the green card's expiring, what should I do? And they decide to go ahead and file for naturalization. That's exciting because then they become a US citizen and they save themselves the trouble of filing that I-90. I hope that you have found this information helpful about what happens when your green card is going to expire. If so, I hope that you will share this video with a friend or family member and make sure that you are subscribed to our channel and you turn those notifications on so you get notices whenever we post a new video. My name is Emily Sumner with Sumner Immigration Law, serving clients around the world and around the United States with family-based and employment-based immigration matters. If you have questions about this topic or other topics, feel free to put those in the comments and I'm happy to help if I can. Or contact us. There will be contact information on the outro slide, so the slide right after this, following this video. If you would like to contact us to talk about your case strategy, talk about starting a case to help you meet your immigration goals. Until next time, my name is Emily Sumner.